Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video I'm going to be answering more of your questions from a long time ago, back when I asked you to ask me questions. So this is part 6 of the Q&A series for this year, and I still have a bunch of questions to go through. I'm still just kind of chopping them off, going one by one through the list. I don't know if we're going to make them all the way through, make it all the way through. There's so many. There's a ton of them. When I said, you guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me, I didn't think there would be this many. Luckily, they're starting to repeat, so I should be able to get through the list a little more quickly. But we're going to try, we're going to keep going, and I'm going to start answering some questions. Also, if you have new questions, save them. Don't post them in the comment section here because I'm not going to answer more questions in these videos. Otherwise, it'll just go on forever and ever and ever. Save them for the next time we do a Q&A series. Alright, so WileyCat asks, how many custom figure jobs do I do in a year? It depends on the projects, really, and how long it takes for people to contact me. I have a really long wait list. It's like 2 years. So by the time I get around to people on the wait list, sometimes they don't respond right away, and sometimes they end up saying they don't want one. So that always slows me down a little bit, and I try to start telling new people, hey, it's your turn. Let's do your figure if you're still interested before I finish the current batch. That way I kind of always have a project going. It almost always doesn't work out. Almost never works out. I always have this period where I don't have anything to work on, and it kind of stinks. But it's usually around 4 a month. I try to do more than that. I hope for 4 a month after trying to do more, but then it ends up being less sometimes just because of the way timing and everything works out. And people have to pay for them, so some people don't have the money on hand and things like that. So I try to do 4 a month, but it doesn't always work out. Jordan R., I don't know how to pronounce your name, asks if I was picked on in high school. I was not. I didn't really have any trouble, but I also didn't notice there wasn't really any picking on for anybody, really. I think that's... I mean, obviously it happens in some cases, but I think it's mostly a myth. I think they show it on TV because that's what people expect to see, but I haven't witnessed it really that much. Most of the people that got picked on were people that deserved it because they were being jerks to somebody, so somebody else started making fun of them. It wasn't like picking on, though. It was just like, you're a jerk, so we're going to let you know you're a jerk. Does that make sense? I don't know. I never really witnessed anybody getting picked on, though. I don't know. Maybe that happens, but I never really saw it. What timeless Batman? This is from Logan Rubermeyer. What timeless Batman is my favorite, or is the one I'm looking most forward to? So far, it's the Sparta Batman. And that was always the one I was looking forward to most. So I have a feeling it's going to be the best one throughout, especially since having seen it, it is really good. I think it's going to stay being really good compared to the others. Ooh, here's a good one. Ryan2384 asks, if I could have any X-Men power, what would it be? Well, practically speaking, it would have to be Wolverine, because he's kind of immortal. Not really, but the regeneration is really cool. And if you throw in the bones, which I'm not gonna, but even if you do, the adamantium skeleton would be really awesome. So I'd pick Wolverine. But then I could go for something like Nightcrawler, where you can bamf around. That's pretty cool. Or even something as simple as Colossus, because turning into a giant chrome metal strong person is pretty awesome. So I would go with any of those. Here's a question from Frankie Wynn. He asks, he says, I'll just quote people from now on so I don't change the subject around. Or is that the subject? I think it's the subject. I don't remember. Do you personally think Marvel Legends will ever have a quality comeback with better or unique sculpts and greater articulation like back in the day when Toy Biz set the bar pretty high? I do not, and here's the reason why. As we learn how to make better figures, and I mean the general action figure community, the manufacturers, the people, the collectors, everybody, as things keep getting better and better and better, the Hasbro products have not. There haven't been any advancements. We've had changes, we've had slightly different hip articulations, slightly different ankles, but none of those are actually better. They're just different and most likely cost effective. Paint quality's gone down, reuse of molds has gone way up, sculpt of the molds has gone down. As all these other companies are getting better and better, Hasbro's not. They're stagnating or not. They, in some cases, are getting worse. So do I see them making a comeback, making a turnaround where people look to them as setting the bar? I don't think so. I remember back when the Legends were still really big, a real big deal. Jerry from Soda, who made the Soda Street Fighter figures, he said he wants to make a Street Fighter line like Marvel Legends. He was looking to Marvel Legends as inspiration, and then he made the Street Fighter line, which has turned out to be way better despite some QC issues. I don't see anybody doing that anymore. There's no way. There's no way any of these companies are saying, I want to be just like the Marvel Legends. I don't see that happening. I don't see that coming back anytime soon, if ever. SP Inc. asks, have I ever played Skyrim? I switched the subject again, or the object. I don't remember my rules of writing sentences. Have I ever played Skyrim and will I buy the figures? No and no. Here's an interesting question from FU Movies. Interesting name also. All toy or figure manufacturers are going out of business, but you have the power to save one to be the sole figure manufacturer forever. Who do I choose and why? And he says he likes the video, so thanks for liking the videos. I would choose... This is tough because I would choose some companies over others based on the company themselves, the way they handle things, but strictly from a consumer standpoint, based on what products they're putting out, I would have to go with SH Figuarts just because they have the widest variety. You can pretty much get any type of figure you want in terms of IP. They're all similar style of design. You can get Marvel, DC, video game, comic book, movie, pretty much anything you want from that company. So that's who I would save, I guess. Plus, if you counted bigger as Bandai as a whole, they have such a huge company, then that would be a ton of stuff. So I guess I would have to go with Bandai / SH Figuarts. Richard Ferreira. Do you prefer Toy Biz Marvel Legends or Hasbro Marvel Legends? Really big fan, by the way. Keep up the great work. Thanks a lot. I appreciate the support. I don't prefer either one. I think both of them have had really strong figures and both have had really poor figures. The one thing I will say though is I feel like Toy Biz tried harder. They might not have always had a better result, but they really tried harder, whereas it seems to me like Hasbro is trying as little as possible. So I guess based on that criteria, I like Toy Biz better. But in terms of actual figures, the end product, I feel like we have about the same quality overall. Gotham's Protector 73 asks, my favorite member of the Bat family. I think it's gotta be Nightwing, as a whole. If you count Red Hood, then I'd count him, but I'm not sure he really counts as Bat family, because as he's Red Hood, at least to my knowledge, he's kind of separated himself, so I would go Nightwing, technically, and then probably Red Hood, and then Batman. Of course, Batman does have kind of like a special offset because he's the overall guy. He's kind of super important. So I really like Batman, but I kind of like the characters next to him a little bit more, if that makes any sense. Batman looks cooler also, but Nightwing's kind of awesome too. Nightwing, we'll go with Nightwing. Brandon Aravelo. Aravelo. I don't know. I'm going to mess you guys' names up. I'm sorry. Are you married? If not, why? No, I'm not, and I haven't found somebody to marry yet, so I'm not. Some of these aren't even questions. Some of these are make a flash custom. That's not what we're doing here. CD Codwell. This is a long-time viewer, so I'll answer this question, even though I don't really have an answer to the question. Is there any material or product other people swear by, but I hate? No, because I don't know what other people swear by. I don't follow other customizers. I generally don't pay attention to other people doing the same thing that I'm doing because I feel like I can do my work better and the way I want to do it without having any outside input. Not input, but like, I don't want to... If I see the way somebody's doing something, I might think, hey, I should do it that way, or I should do it differently, or I just don't want to have that involvement at all. I just want to do what I do and go from there. It's kind of like goes back to the old sports thing. Don't worry about what the other team's doing. Just do the best you can, and that's all that matters. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Yeah, I guess that's it. So I don't know what other people use really. Steven Hansen, another longtime viewer, so happy to answer your question. Where do you store all of your action figures? You must have a ton, requiring a lot of space. I do have a ton, and they do require a lot of space. Luckily, and both at the same time, really, really unluckily, they're all in storage bins. Other than you guys have seen these shelves with all my import figures on them still in the boxes. I have those there, but I have storage bins with bagged loose figures coming out the wazoo. I plan to move soon. Once I move, I'm going to actually put the time and effort into getting a collection room set up so that I can actually put the stuff on display. I was going to do that here, but then I decided to move, so I just kind of stopped with that whole thing. So hopefully I'll have them on display soon, relatively soon, but as of right now, they're all just in bins and bags. It's sad. I know. Maybe I'll do a video. Would you guys like to see that? Would you like to see my bins? I might show you my bins. I don't know. Let me know. Alright guys, that's going to do it. Thanks for all the questions. Hopefully you enjoyed the answers. I still have plenty more to go through, so if I didn't get to your question yet, stick around. It will happen probably. Thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next video.